Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, let's do that. So let's go on to the Dark Horse Award. This one we added last year. This is essentially, the game that we thought it's not going to be like your game of the year, but it's a game that you have either very low expectations or a game that you were just like, holy shit, where did this come from? And it ends up being a really good game. So Kaylan last year was Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, which
Still a great game.
yeah, and then Chris and I both agree that the potential for Indiana Jones was there. We just didn't expect it to be there, and it ended up being fucking amazing. So Kaylan,
So for mine, my choice is Avowed. I didn't have bad expectations, but I didn't know what to expect from it. I had played the Outer Worlds before, and I kind of bounced out of it. I never played... What's the game that this is like based off? Like, what world is it? Like, Pillars of Eternity? Is that a thing?
I think it's Pillars of Eternity, yeah.
Yeah, like, I never played any of this, so I was like, didn't know what to expect. But it's not the best game, but didn't know what to expect, and I just got lost, and I ended up playing it. I felt like it was really cool to roleplay. I role played my character and like how he acted and how he responded. I thought the combat, while simple, was effective. It wasn't super deep, but it also wasn't super long. So like when it kind of started getting long in the tooth, I was at the end, and I was curious to see like what was happening. And when we were talking about Expedition 33, and there being very few choices, or like not having the agent like kind of being like railroaded in a way, I felt this one gave me a lot of choices in how I handled like the main villain and like the side characters. Like I thought some of the RPGing was really good in this game, and so for me, like I didn't have no expectations. I didn't have bad expectations, but I didn't know what to expect, and this game gripped me. And I liked the fact that the worlds were easily to explore, and like everything it did well. Nothing amazing. This is not game of the year, but it does everything really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, that was one of the ones I was almost going to pick as well. I was kind of torn between a few of them, and that was one of them because, I wasn't expecting to love that as much as I did either.
what did you end up picking then in the end?
So I would say that my runner-up for this one, just because I want to give this game some sort of a shout-out, was South of Midnight. I was not expecting that at all. And again, not like my game of the year or anything like that, but like was just very surprised at how decent. I love that. But I did end up going with Blueprints on this one because I was not expecting that game at all. Like it showed up on Game Pass and everybody just started talking about it, but like on the day of release, like there was no build up to it. Like even Clair Obscur, there was not much, but there was somewhat of a build up to it. Like, oh yeah, that like interesting looking turn-based RPGs coming out. I had no idea about this game until it was already here. And then all of a sudden it was just like one of the most popular games at the time. Adam, you and I were talking a lot about it on the side in Discord when it was just like, oh my God, did you get this room? Oh my God, you get this room. Like there was just this huge like community moment also that kind of like showed up with it, which was pretty wild. But yeah, I wasn't expecting some random puzzle game to show up and like take all of my attention for a whole bunch of weeks. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, it would have been my vote had it not been for the fact that I was already well put up to task that it was going to be really good. So I kind of went into being like, all right, well, let's see what it's all about. But the game that completely like blindsided me, that I had no idea that I was going to like as much as I did, was The Altars.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Another good one.
And that was one where it's like, when I first saw it, the idea of like, oh, this seems like a bit of like a resource management kind of game. Okay, that looks kind of... I mean, I like the art style about that. Wait, this is a game about you being like a bunch of clones of yourself? Huh. Okay. And the more and more that I looked into it, I'm like, you know what, fuck it. We're taking the shot at this. And I could not believe how much I love this game. Because, I mean, a big theme that I even said when we did our episode last year about, certain things that define the year for us, one of the things I said was like just how many different genres that I normally would never touch that I ended up either trying out and being like okay with, or straight up going, holy shit, I didn't realize I liked these games all of a sudden. And this being a big one, like The Altars really isn't anything crazy in gameplay. It's just mostly busy work, but it's still addicting enough to keep you there. And then the story and the character development kind of carries you through the rest of that. And while Blueprints definitely shocked me more just on the basis of being a puzzle game that I actually liked, which is insane in its own right, The Altars ends up being a game that, with no expectations going into it, going, this could be a top 3 game for me, and I would never have put this even in like a 7 out of 10 range when I first started playing the game, but it ended up being just a game that I'm still amazed that I still completely think about consistently to this day, even though it's been a number of months since I finished it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really good one.
It's a pretty solid list, all things considered. Like, there's 3 games that in different areas. I mean, actually, in a way, we get all things nailed down. Like, Avowed's pretty much about AAA. Blueprints is definitely indie, and The Alters is about in the AA range. So we got like a nice variation here too.
Another fun fact: all 3 of these were on Game Pass, and that's how I played them.
That's
pretty
played
wild.
mine.
Yeah,
Is Ultras on Game Pass?
I don't know if it is still, but it
was
at the
it
time.
was.
I'd give that a shot.
That I can't say for sure. I couldn't tell you since I haven't had a Game Pass subscription in God knows how long now.
Yeah, I haven't looked since I played it. I don't know.
Check right now.